Hey everyone, Modern World Emporium here. For today's video, we will be covering another video by our friends over at Modern Dating here. If you could please like this video and subscribe to the channel, it will help me a ton. And I will leave the link to their original piece of content in the description. Thank you to them for creating it. So let's get right into today's video.
Am I the hole for breaking up with my fiance because she went to her ex's birthday party? I, 27 male, have been in a relationship with my girlfriend, 26 female, for 6 years, and we officially got engaged last month. Our relationship was pretty great, but the only argument we occasionally had was her friendship with her ex. They were friends from childhood, and they even dated for a few years. I was never comfortable with how close they were, and she even considered him her best friend, which was really irritating because I was her boyfriend and I was supposed to be her best friend. Her ex's birthday was a couple of weeks ago and he only invited her and not me. I was extremely unhappy and even voiced my concerns about it, but she really wanted to be there. She also promised me that this was the last time she was ever going to hang out with him out of respect for my relationship, especially now that we were engaged. She promised she would slowly cut off friendship after his party. At this point, I was extremely deflated and told her okay and to come back home early. She was extremely happy when she came back home a few hours later and even initiated intercourse, but I rejected because I was really upset. She promised she would stop talking to him and she apologized for going to the birthday party. I informed my fiance of my decision and she immediately broke down in tears and kept apologizing.
Ooh, we got a major red flag built right into the story right here. So as you can see, he also mentions that she immediately initiates intimacy as soon as she gets home with him to be with him. And in my opinion, I am going to be real. That is the confirming factor that she did, in fact, cheat at this party. Women will oftentimes go out and cheat with the person they're cheating with, and then they will come home and they will initiate some kind of sexual intercourse or some kind of sex act with their partner because they feel guilty. This happens all the time. It happens tons of times, and in some of the videos we've covered in the past, we've also seen it happen then. Right then and there, my man had to have known. He had to have known what happened, and that I'm hoping that that solidified his decision. And also, the fact that she even went to this birthday party, despite the fact that he was incredibly uncomfortable with this, and it made him really, really upset. She doesn't care about this guy. She just wants to cheat with the ex. And that's absolutely disgusting and warranting of a breakup alone.
Why was she willing to go when her partner wasn't invited? She also ignored the fact that he wasn't comfortable with it. It would have made a huge difference if she had declined that invitation. They probably would still be together.
Am I the a-hole for breaking up with her?
She knows that he's upset. And not getting invited to the party and the girl still wanted to go, that's a huge red flag for
That's
me.
weird.
And I'm gonna say no, he's not the a-hole. I would have preferred that he had addressed it sooner.
It's okay to have male best friend. I don't like that he was pushing her to cut off a friendship that she's had since childhood. They dated in the past, and it obviously didn't work out. So why is he so insecure? Out of respect for their relationship, her response should have been, "You need to invite my fiancé, or I won't be there." Why did she jump on him the second she got back to him? He had boundaries. She knew and decided to ignore them. Well done. 6 years and she still had close contact with him? If your man who has given you a ring says he's not comfortable with you going somewhere, just don't go. It's not that hard. The main thing she should have considered was the fact that her ex only invited her. This alone would make any man uncomfortable because if the ex didn't have any second intentions, he would have had no issue inviting both of them. His exclusion creates unnecessary tension and raises suspicions about the ex's motives. Despite her fiancé's discomfort, she still decided to attend, which sends the wrong message. It could make him feel like she was prioritizing her ex's happiness over their relationship, especially since she was willing to go against his wishes just so her ex could enjoy his birthday party with her presence. In the comment section, many women argued that her boyfriend was insecure and that there was nothing wrong with what she did. They believed he should be confident enough to allow her to have her ex as a best friend. They also saw no problem with her ex inviting just her, claiming it was normal because they were childhood friends and had previously dated.
It is absolutely wild to me that there are women in the comment section of that video actually defending her, saying that she's not the asshole. Like, are you fucking joking me? She quite literally went to this party to cheat on him. I don't even think it was a party, if I'm going to be completely real with you. It was probably just a hangout for the two of them. And let's be completely real. I am so sorry. I just burped twice. Let's be completely real here. If they have been friends for 6 years after dating, they absolutely are still hooking up, especially if they're that close. And also the fact that once again, the fact that she didn't even stop to think for a second how this guy would have felt when he was not invited is really ridiculous. And it just goes to show you she doesn't give a shit about his feelings. Another narcissistic woman being buffed up by other narcissistic women that have a single collective brain cell and just use the word insecure every time they can't get what they want. It's really, really pathetic and disgusting.
However, they overlook the fact that this situation would naturally make her boyfriend question their motivations. If her boyfriend wasn't invited, she should have declined the invitation out of respect for him. This would send a clear message that she values their relationship and appreciates his feelings. It would strengthen their bond. I completely understand his position. He probably felt she still had some feelings for her ex. Because if that wasn't the case, she likely wouldn't have gone to the party knowing her partner wasn't okay with it.
Next, we have a super confused couple who still like each other, but for some reason decided to play friends after breaking up. The funny part is that in this interview, they will display the reason why their current partner don't approve of their relationship.
Are you guys a couple?
No, we dated 5 years ago.
So it's possible to be friends with your ex.
100%. We're best friends, actually. He's my best friend.
How do your current partners feel about you guys hanging out right now?
I cannot tell people this is my ex-boyfriend. It does not work out.
We've had this conversation before. I've had exes.
We talk about it every day.
Yeah, I've had exes that have been other girls that I've dated when we've been friends that have not been okay with it at all. So then you kind of have to lie sometimes. But the girl that I'm talking to now is like totally cool with it.
Yeah, nobody I talk to is ever okay with it. None of the guys are okay with it.
Have you ever thought about doing it again?
What was that you said at the bar earlier?
That was an easy question and should have an easy answer, unless it's complicated. Based on her reaction, we know there are more things to this story.
What was that you said earlier?
How about you, man?
Have I thought about it?
Yeah.
I mean, physically? When I'm drunk, I guess.
Yeah, these two are definitely still smashing, and there's absolutely no doubt in my mind about that. So anyway, basically, this is particularly why men do not want a woman they are seeing or talking to have a male best friend, because everyone and their mother knows that a male best friend is just code name for somebody that they are still hooking up with. It's really, really gross. And it's really, really annoying, too, that once again, these two people don't have any consideration for their partners. And yes, that goes for the male, too. Because as a male, you shouldn't have a female best friend either, especially if you're dating someone. It's just really, I don't understand what today's culture is like telling people is okay and what's not. Because it doesn't make any sense to me why this kind of stuff is tolerated by anyone. It's just really annoying and it's really, really dumb.
Confused adults. Exes with benefits. I know when a girl wants it, and she definitely wants it. And that's exactly why nobody should be okay with it. Her laughing at that question. They should just be together and stop the cap. This is a clear example of two confused people who haven't moved on from each other, yet decided to date others despite still having strong feelings. The unfortunate part comes when their new partners express discomfort with their friendship, only to be told there's nothing to worry about. However, the concern is valid because it's obvious they are still in love. One interesting point was when she mentioned that none of her previous partners were okay with their relationship. They sensed something was off, which made them uncomfortable. Watching this video makes it clear why her exes didn't like it. They're clearly still in love, and that would raise doubts in anyone's mind about their relationship. The most interesting moment was when she laughed after the interviewer asked them if they had ever considered getting back together.
Have you ever thought about doing it again?
What was that you said at the bar earlier.
Her reaction spoke volumes. It either suggests they're still seeing each other or thinking about it. If they were just friends, her answer would have been quick and casual. Instead, her response hinted at more, making it clear that something is still there.
And gentlemen, that is why if you ever meet a woman with a male best friend, it should be an immediate disqualifier. It is very clear they are still in love. It is very clear they are still fooling around, and both their partners are getting cheated on, which is a really disgusting and despicable thing to happen. These women, however, will gaslight you and tell you that it is, you're insecure and you're a loser and you just are upset because you can't compete with the ex-partner. But in reality, these women are also cheaters, and deep down, they know that they are absolute scum. Anyway, pretty much, if you ever are talking to a woman, you need to find out immediately if she has a guy best friend or any guy friends in general. Very, very sad.
Ironically, she's likely the one telling her current partner not to worry. Since they clearly still have feelings for each other, it might be best if they rekindle things. This would allow their new partners to find someone fully invested, and they could be together, possibly finding happiness again.
I just spent the day with my ex-boyfriend and then came home and my husband made the most amazing steak sandwiches.
Guys, the husband is the ex-boyfriend. I hope. Hand over the sandwich, you ain't deserve that. Why is everyone saying that the husband is the ex-boyfriend? That literally makes no sense to me. I've seen comments suggesting that her ex-boyfriend is actually her husband, meaning they got married and he's no longer her ex. If that's true, she deserves a round of applause for her clever joke. She almost got me. But if that's not the case, this is a clear example of someone who didn't realize she has a special person by her side. For some reason, she thought it was a good idea to record a video talking about her husband's generosity. He watched the kids and gave her space to relax, yet she still thought that going out with her ex and making this video was the right thing to do.
Right, so immediately I was able to tell that this is definitely the joke that she was going for. She spent the day with her ex-boyfriend, and then she came home and her husband made her a steak sandwich. A lot of women will copy this joke and try to make it their own because it's a very easy joke, and no offense, ladies, but a lot of women just don't seem to ever really get comedy. Pretty much, yeah, that's really about it. This woman basically stole another woman's joke and is just making a little clever play on words about how she spent the day with her husband, now she's back at home, and he made some amazing dinner for the two of them. That's really it, nothing else. And another thing I actually want to commentate on in regards to the commentators who often comment on videos like this, people really need to realize when things are a skit or just a play on words more often, because I see so many of these channels cover very obvious skits and they never mention that they're very obvious skits. That's about it for this.
There are many people who do similar things and later ask where all the good men have gone, not realizing they had a great one but didn't appreciate him. They let him go because he was either too nice or didn't provide enough excitement. Unfortunately, this is a common story in today's dating scene, where some overlook genuine qualities in pursuit of something they think is better. I sincerely hope this is just a joke, and she's really referring to her husband, who used to be her boyfriend. But if it's not, and she's truly spending time with her ex-boyfriend while her husband is at home caring for the kids, that would be devastating. Imagine how her husband would feel if one day he sees this video. It could deeply hurt him and forever change how he views relationships. This kind of situation could leave long-lasting scars.
Next, we have a woman who got friendzoned and isn't happy with it.
Dating as a 30-year-old in Australia is so hard. I lived in London for 7 years. Guys would come up to you in bars, come up to you on the street, ask for your number, not even in a creepy, annoying way, in a way that it was flattering, or it just is normal human communication. Dating in Australia, not only is the dating pool so small, because there's less people, I guess, the amount of effort that Australian guys put in is insane. It's just nothing. They just want to message you for months and never ask you out and never meet up. And I'm like, what's your aim here?
I always find it very interesting that women are so fast to point out that the friend zone doesn't exist when it comes to men. And I guess I kind of understand it because it is a very wonky like term, and a lot of people like don't like see it as like this offensive thing. I don't honestly, but pretty much yeah. It's always amazing how women are the first to say that this term is not real. There is no such thing as friend zoning, but then they are also the first people to go online and make a video about how they are friend zoned. Well, I don't think she doesn't specifically like say it in here, but she is heavily alluding to the fact that this is what happened, that men only see her as a friend or like a partner for bedroom fun, essentially. And what she also fails to realize is this is not on the man necessarily, but it could pretty much be entirely on her herself. She talks about how guys used to come up to her and how they used to hit on her all the time. Maybe she should factor in the fact that she's a little bit older now, and maybe you're just not as pleasant anymore. That's also very possible. Women never like to do any type of self reflection or anything like that when it comes to these types of topics. And I feel it's really, really upsetting because society tells them that instead of doing any type of self reflection, they should simply point the finger at a man and call it a day.
Why is she waiting for them when she can do it herself? She should take the initiative and invite them out.
Like, do you just want a pen pal? Do you just want a friend to message when you're bored? Like, let's hang out. Let's go to the fucking beach because there's beaches here. Let's go get a drink. Like, you could literally just do anything. Now I just have like 50 guys on my Instagram in my DMs messaging me and like replying to my stories. I'm like, you're my fans. I'm not dating you. You're just a fan.
So why don't you step up and take the initiative? You get effort when you put in effort. Effort goes both ways. Friendly reminder. Girl got friend zoned. We don't want to continuously aimlessly text. You are 10, they too intimidated to meet you in person. Why don't you ask them yourself? This shouldn't be an issue for her because if she notices the men she's interested in aren't making a move, she should take matters into her own hands. This is the perfect chance for her to show how strong and independent she is. What she may not realize is that other women are already making moves on the men they want. They've stopped playing the passive game, knowing that if they don't take the initiative, the guys won't either. These women have taken the driver's seat, and she should consider doing the same. Since she's talking about men's lack of effort, it makes me wonder what effort she's putting in on her end. What is she doing to move things forward with the guy she wants? Probably not much, and that's likely why she's not getting the results she desires. If she were doing more than making videos about it, she likely wouldn't feel the need to complain, because this wouldn't even be a problem. She could easily resolve her dating issues by opening and responding to some of the unread messages sitting in her inbox. I'm almost certain many of the solutions to her dating struggles are right there, but as she mentioned, she views them as fans. Meanwhile, she's frustrated with men who aren't making a move on her. Her friend zone and unopened messages likely contain the answers to her dating problems, and addressing them could make this whole situation disappear. Sometimes, the solution is right in front of us.
Yeah, I also find it very interesting that she calls the people in her DMs her fans. Like, what a narcissistic person. No fucking wonder this person couldn't get any type of date. And then the guys that she does like, well, aka the very attractive, highly successful, and incredibly rich guys, don't want anything to do with her. Because, like I said in the last piece of commentary, she simply is just unpleasant to be around. She's an unpleasant person and she wants to do absolutely no self reflection and fix what is wrong. Women will do this all the time, and like I said, will point the finger at the man. I feel like I just pretty much said exactly what I said in the last clip verbatim, and then because she basically just confirmed all of it. It's really, really sad. And men, while you're out there, avoid women like this like the plague. Anyway, guys, I'm going to be cutting today's video here, unfortunately. Um, I am going to leave a link to Modern Dating Here's original video. Thank you so much, guys, for creating the original piece of content. And I will also ask you to please like and subscribe to me as well. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for getting us over 1,000 subscribers. I am so thankful for that. And I will see you guys in the next video. As always, take care of yourself and peace out.